He who does not know what power lies within him does not know where he stands in this world, nor where he is destined to go. Most wander through life unaware, blind to the forces that shape their reality. But I'll tell you a secret that has been passed down through the centuries, whispered among the greats, hidden in plain sight for those with the eyes to see and the mind to grasp it. And now I place it gently in your hands. What I'm about to share with you isn't just some self-help advice. It's not some vague, mystical philosophy designed to make you feel good for a few moments. No, this is something much deeper. What you are about to discover has the power to transform your life completely. But I must warn you, it is dangerous. Like dynamite, if handled recklessly, this knowledge can destroy everything around you. Yet, if used wisely, it will explode through every obstacle in your path, paving the way to the life you've always dreamed of. There's a reason why so many never break free from the chains that hold them down. The truth is, they simply do not understand the power they have. They allow doubt to rule them, fear to paralyze them, and the opinions of others to shape their lives. But the moment you awaken to the force that resides within you, everything changes. I know this because I too was lost once. I wandered through life, searching for answers, studying the lives of great men and women, reading every book, following every philosophy. But nothing clicked. I was like a ship adrift at sea, knowing there was a destination, but not knowing how to get there. I saw others rise to heights of success and wondered why I remained anchored, why their dreams became reality while mine seemed just out of reach. But then, like a flash of lightning in a dark sky, it hit me. The secret I had been seeking all along was right in front of me, inside me, the whole time. The key to everything I wanted, to success, to happiness, to inner peace, was always within my grasp. It had been placed in my hands long ago, but I had failed to recognize its power. And now I hand that key to you. Make no mistake, this is not for the faint of heart. It requires discipline, focus, and a willingness to see the world differently. But for those of you who are ready to open your mind, to see beyond the limitations you've been conditioned to believe, what you will find is nothing short of miraculous. The path to greatness is not hidden from you. It's been waiting for you to recognize it, to step onto it with boldness and conviction. Everything you need to change your life, to reshape your destiny, is already inside you. All you need to do is unlock it. The world we live in is filled with distractions, constant noise, flashing screens, endless demands on our attention. It's easy to get swept up in the chaos, to forget that there's something far more important happening beneath the surface. Beneath the noise and the chatter, there's a deeper truth, one that has been known for thousands of years by those who dared to look beyond what's right in front of them. This truth is the key to everything, and once you grasp it, the world will never look the same again. You see, there's a power within you that's greater than anything you've ever imagined. It's not just a vague idea or some mystical force reserved for a few chosen people. It's real, and it's something that every great person in history has understood. It's the force behind every great achievement, every incredible breakthrough, and every moment of triumph. Yet, most people walk through life without ever realizing it exists. When I first began to understand this power, I was skeptical. I had read about it in books, seen hints of it in the lives of extraordinary people, but it always felt out of reach. I believed, as so many do, that success and happiness were the results of luck, circumstance, or external forces beyond my control. But the truth is far simpler and far more profound. Everything you need to succeed, to achieve, to live the life you've always wanted, is already within you. The key is learning how to unlock it. Most of us have been conditioned to believe in limitations. From the moment we're born, we're taught what we can and cannot do. We're told to follow the rules, to fit into the mold, to play it safe. And so, we build lives around these artificial boundaries, convinced that our potential is finite, that the cards we've been dealt are the only cards we'll ever hold. But what if I told you that none of this is true? What if I told you that your potential is limitless, that the only barriers holding you back are the ones you've created in your own mind? Think about the people who have changed the world. They weren't born with some special talent or gift that set them apart from the rest of us. They weren't handed success on a silver platter. What they had, and what you have, is the ability to see beyond the limitations, to tap into that inner power, and to use it to create something extraordinary. It starts with a simple shift in thinking. Most of us go through life reacting to what happens around us. We're passive, waiting for opportunities to come to us, waiting for the right moment, the right circumstances. But the people who succeed in life, the ones who truly make a difference, are those who understand that they are the creators of their own reality. They don't wait for things to happen. They make things happen. They understand that their thoughts, their beliefs, and their actions are the building blocks of their future. This is where most people get stuck. They believe they are victims of circumstance, that their fate is sealed by forces beyond their control. But the truth is, you have far more control than you realize. Your thoughts shape your reality. Every single thought you have sends out a ripple into the world, and those ripples come back to you in the form of experiences, opportunities, and challenges. When you think small, when you believe in limitations, that's what you attract into your life. But when you think big, when you believe in your own potential, the world responds in kind. I know this because I've lived it. I've seen the effects of both negative and positive thinking in my own life, and the difference is staggering. When I was trapped in a mindset of doubt, fear, and scarcity, my world reflected that. Opportunities slipped through my fingers, relationships faltered, and every step forward felt like a battle. But the moment I began to change the way I thought, everything shifted. It wasn't overnight, but slowly, steadily, I began to see the results of my new way of thinking. Opportunities seemed to appear out of nowhere, relationships strengthened, and success came more easily. This isn't magic, although it may feel like it at times. It's the natural law of the universe. What you put out, you get back. When you focus your thoughts on success, abundance, and possibility, you attract those things into your life. But it's not enough to simply think positively. You must act on those thoughts. You must take bold, decisive action in the direction of your dreams. Here's where most people falter. They believe that thinking positively is enough, that if they just believe hard enough, everything will fall into place. But the truth is, belief without action is powerless. You must be willing to step out of your comfort zone, to take risks, to do the hard work that is necessary to turn your thoughts into reality. This is where the real magic happens, when thought meets action, when belief is backed by effort. I remember the first time I truly understood this. It was a moment of clarity, a sudden realization that I had been waiting for success to come to me, instead of going out and claiming it for myself. I had been passive, hoping that circumstances would change, that the right opportunity would fall into my lap. But that moment of clarity changed everything. I realized that I had the power to create my own opportunities, to shape my own destiny. And so, I began to act. At first, it was difficult. I had to push through my own fears, my own doubts. I had to silence the voices in my head that told me I wasn't good enough, that I didn't have what it took to succeed. But as I continued to take action, something incredible happened. The more I acted, the more confident I became. The more confident I became, the more opportunities appeared. It was as if the universe was responding to my newfound determination, rewarding me for stepping into my power. And now, I'm telling you that you can do the same. You have within you the same power, the same ability to create your own reality. It's not reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone who is willing to tap into it, to believe in it, and to act on it. The world is waiting for you to step up, to claim your place, to use your power to create the life you've always dreamed of. So the question is, are you ready? Are you ready to stop waiting for life to happen to you and start making life happen? Are you ready to embrace the power that's been inside you all along, waiting for you to recognize it? The journey ahead won't always be easy, but I promise you, it will be worth it. The moment you decide to take control of your life, to shape your own destiny, is the moment everything changes. The power is yours. All you have to do is use it. Most people spend their lives believing that success is a matter of luck or circumstance. They see the achievements of others and think, they must have had a break, a stroke of fortune that I'll never get. But let me tell you something, luck has very little to do with success. It may play a role in small, fleeting moments, but real, lasting success is built on a foundation far stronger than luck. It's built on the relentless force of belief, a belief so strong it bends reality to its will. And the best part, you already have this power. It's inside you, waiting to be unleashed. This power doesn't come from some external source. It doesn't arrive with a lottery ticket or a stroke of good fortune. It's within you, woven into your very being, ready to shape your future the moment you decide to take control. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is not talent, not privilege, and certainly not luck. It's the understanding that they have control over their own destiny. They believe, deep down in their bones, that they can create whatever reality they choose, and then they act on that belief. It begins with your thoughts. You've heard it said before, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. This is not just a nice-sounding phrase. It is the very essence of how your life unfolds. Your thoughts are the architects of your future. Every idea you hold, every belief you cultivate, is laying the groundwork for what comes next in your life. If you allow doubt and fear to dominate your mind, that's exactly what you will manifest in your reality: obstacles, setbacks, and disappointments. But if you fill your mind with thoughts of success, if you nurture ideas of abundance and possibility, your world will reflect those beliefs. The problem is, many people think they don't have control over their thoughts. They believe that their mind is something that just happens to them, a stream of consciousness they can't direct. But this couldn't be further from the truth. You are the master of your mind. You decide what thoughts to focus on and which ones to let go. Your mind is a tool, not a master. And once you understand this, you can begin to shape it into the most powerful weapon in your arsenal. The first step is to become aware of the thoughts you're thinking. Most people go through life on autopilot, never realizing that they're constantly feeding their mind with negativity. They dwell on their worries, replay their failures, and doubt their abilities. But when you start to observe your thoughts, you'll begin to see just how much of your mental energy is being wasted on the things that are holding you back. This awareness is the first key to unlocking your power. Once you are aware of your thoughts, you can begin to change them. This is where the real work begins. You have to deliberately replace those negative, limiting thoughts with thoughts of possibility and abundance. At first, this will feel strange, even uncomfortable. Your mind will resist. It will try to pull you back into the old patterns of doubt and fear. But don't let it. Keep pushing forward. Keep filling your mind with positive, constructive thoughts, even when it feels difficult. Repetition is your greatest ally here. Just like lifting weights strengthens your muscles, consistently repeating positive thoughts will strengthen your mind. This is not about mindlessly chanting affirmations or pretending everything is perfect when it's not. It's about training your mind to focus on what you want rather than what you fear. It's about building a mental fortress so strong that no doubt or negativity can penetrate it. The more you repeat these thoughts, the more your mind will begin to accept them as reality. This is where the magic happens. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. It accepts whatever you feed it, and it works tirelessly to make those thoughts a reality. When you fill your mind with thoughts of success, your subconscious will find ways to bring success into your life. It will guide your actions, attract the right people, and create opportunities where there once were none. But remember, belief alone is not enough. It must be backed by action. This is where so many people falter. They believe that if they think positively, good things will just fall into their lap. But that's not how the world works. Thought is the beginning, but action is the bridge between thought and reality. You must be willing to take bold, decisive action in the direction of your dreams. You must step out of your comfort zone, face your fears, and do the work. This is where the true test lies. It's easy to think positive thoughts when everything is going well. It's easy to feel confident when you're seeing results. But the real challenge is to maintain that belief and continue to take action when things don't go your way. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. There will be moments when it feels like the universe is conspiring against you. But in those moments, you must remember the power within you. You must hold on to the belief that you are in control of your destiny, that every setback is simply a lesson, and that every failure is a stepping stone on the path to success. The greats of history understood this. They faced unimaginable challenges, but they never wavered in their belief that they could overcome them. Think of Thomas Edison, who failed over 1,000 times before he invented the light bulb, or Henry Ford, who went bankrupt 5 times before building the most successful car company in the world. These men understood that failure is not the end, it's just part of the process. They knew that as long as they held on to their belief and continued to take action, success was inevitable. And the same is true for you. You will face challenges, you will experience failure, but as long as you continue to believe in your power and take action, nothing can stop you. The only thing that can hold you back is you, your thoughts, your beliefs, and your willingness to act. The world is waiting for you to step into your power, to claim the life you were meant to live. It's time to stop waiting for luck or circumstance to change. It's time to take control of your destiny. You have everything you need within you. The power is there, waiting to be unleashed. All you need to do is believe in it, act on it, and never stop pushing forward. When you do, you will find that the world bends to your will. Opportunities will appear where there were none, doors will open that were once closed, and your dreams will become your reality. So, what are you waiting for? The time to act is now. The power within you is not a mystery. It is not reserved for the elite or for those who seem to have life figured out. It is in each and every one of us, waiting for the moment when we decide to use it. And yet, so many people never do. They never realize that their thoughts are the architects of their reality. They let doubt, fear, and insecurity hold them back. They believe that success belongs to others, those with more talent, more luck, or more opportunities. But that's just another lie we tell ourselves to avoid facing the truth, that we are responsible for where we are and where we are going. You have heard stories of people who have risen from nothing, who have defied the odds and achieved greatness despite all the obstacles stacked against them. These stories are not just about luck. They are about individuals who understood the power of their thoughts, their actions, and their belief in themselves. They did not wait for life to give them what they wanted. They took it, and they did so by first mastering their minds. This mastery of the mind is not an easy process. It requires dedication, persistence, and a willingness to confront the parts of yourself that hold you back. But the rewards are unimaginable. Once you learn to control your thoughts, once you realize that every doubt, every fear, every limiting belief is simply a product of your own mind, you become unstoppable. Think of your mind as a garden. If you leave it untended, weeds will grow. Negative thoughts will take root, spreading doubt and fear, and eventually choking out any hope of success. But if you tend to that garden, if you plant seeds of positivity, of belief, of confidence, those thoughts will grow strong. They will become the foundation on which you build your success. The truth is, most people are living in a state of mental neglect. They allow their minds to be overrun with negativity, and then they wonder why they can't move forward. They blame the world. They blame their circumstances. They blame everything but the one thing they can control, their thoughts. But the moment you take responsibility for what's going on inside your own mind, everything changes. This responsibility can feel overwhelming at first. It's much easier to believe that things are happening to you, that you are simply a victim of circumstance. But the reality is, every single moment of your life, you are making choices. You are choosing how to think, how to react, how to interpret the world around you. And those choices shape your reality. If you choose to focus on what you can't do, on what's going wrong, on how things will never work out, then that's exactly what you will create in your life. But when you choose to focus on your potential, on what's possible, on the opportunities that surround you, you start to attract those things into your life. This is not some magical formula. It is the way the mind works. You see what you believe, and when you believe in your own power, when you believe in your ability to create the life you want, you start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. This shift in thinking is not about pretending that everything is perfect. It's not about ignoring the challenges you face. It's about choosing to see those challenges as opportunities for growth. It's about understanding that every setback is a lesson, every failure is a stepping stone, and every obstacle is an opportunity to become stronger. I remember a time in my own life when I was faced with what seemed like an insurmountable challenge. I had poured everything I had into a project, my time, my energy, my passion, only to see it fail. At that moment, I could have given up. I could have let that failure define me. But instead, I chose to see it as an opportunity. I asked myself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become better, stronger, more determined? And that's exactly what I did. I learned from that failure. I took the lessons it offered me, and I applied them to my next venture. And this time, I succeeded. Not because I was lucky, not because the circumstances were different, but because I was different. I had learned to control my thoughts, to focus on what I could do rather than what I couldn't, and to take action even in the face of fear. This is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's not that successful people don't experience fear or doubt. They do. But they don't let those feelings stop them. They understand that fear is a natural part of the process, but they push through it anyway. They take action, even when they don't have all the answers. They move forward, even when the path is unclear. And the more they take action, the more confident they become. Confidence is not something that just appears one day. It is built through consistent action, through pushing yourself beyond your limits, through proving to yourself, again and again, that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. You can build that confidence too. It starts with a single step, a single decision to act, to move forward, to do something, even if it's small, that brings you closer to your goal. Each action, no matter how small, builds momentum. And as that momentum grows, so does your confidence. Soon, you will find yourself doing things you once thought impossible. But it all starts with that first step. It starts with the decision to stop waiting, to stop doubting, to stop letting fear hold you back. It starts with the realization that you are in control of your life, that the power to create the reality you want is within you. All you have to do is believe it, act on it, and never stop moving forward. You are capable of far more than you've been led to believe. The potential inside you is limitless, but it will remain untapped unless you take action. So, what are you waiting for? The time for excuses is over. The time for waiting is over. The time to step into your power, to claim the life you were meant to live, is now. Your future is waiting for you. All you have to do is take that first step. The journey ahead won't be easy, but I promise you, it will be worth it. Every challenge, every setback, every moment of doubt will be an opportunity for growth, for learning, for becoming the person you were always meant to be. And when you look back, you will see that every step you took, every action you made, brought you closer to the life you've always dreamed of. The power is within you. It always has been. Now, it's time to use it. As you move forward on this path, you will begin to notice something remarkable. The more you act in alignment with your true potential, the more the universe seems to conspire in your favor. It's as though the moment you commit to your growth, to your success, doors begin to open that you never even saw before. This isn't coincidence. It's the natural result of taking control of your thoughts and your actions. When you align your internal world with what you want to achieve in your external world, the universe responds. But here's the catch. It only works when you're fully committed. Half-hearted efforts won't cut it. The universe doesn't respond to lukewarm desires or fleeting dreams. It responds to those who are unwavering in their belief, relentless in their pursuit, and willing to take massive action toward their goals. You have to want it so badly that nothing can stand in your way. Not fear, not failure, not the opinions of others. The truth is, most people quit right before they're about to succeed. They give up when things get hard, when the obstacles seem too big, or when they don't see immediate results. But those who understand the power within them know that persistence is key. It's not about how fast you move, but that you keep moving. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. The only way you can fail is if you stop trying. Think of a tree growing in the forest. It doesn't become a towering oak overnight. It starts as a tiny seed, buried in the soil, hidden from sight. It pushes against the earth, slowly but surely, breaking through the surface. Day by day, it grows stronger, reaching toward the sunlight. There are storms, droughts, and countless challenges, but the tree doesn't stop growing. It can't. It is hardwired to reach its full potential, and so are you. The difference is that the tree doesn't have a choice. It grows because it's its nature. But you do have a choice. You can choose to keep growing, to keep pushing forward, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. Or you can choose to stop, to remain where you are, safe in your comfort zone, but forever limited by your own fears. The question you must ask yourself is, which choice will you make? If you're reading this, I already know the answer. You've made the decision to grow, to push past your limits, to become more than you ever thought possible. And now, it's time to act on that decision. This is where the real work begins. It's easy to be inspired in the moment, to feel a surge of motivation when the idea of success is fresh in your mind. But what happens when the motivation fades? What happens when the excitement wears off and you're left with nothing but the hard, grinding work of making your dreams a reality? That's when you have to dig deep. That's when you have to rely on discipline, not motivation. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind. But discipline is what keeps you moving forward when everything in you wants to stop. Discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who fail. It's what allows you to keep taking action, even when you're tired, even when you're scared, even when the results aren't coming as quickly as you'd hoped. So, how do you build discipline? It starts with small, consistent actions. Every day, no matter how you feel, you must take at least one step toward your goal. It doesn't have to be a big step, but it has to be a step. Over time, these small actions compound. They build momentum, and before you know it, you're not just moving, you're accelerating toward your dreams. Discipline is a muscle, and like any muscle, it grows stronger the more you use it. At first, it will feel difficult. You'll want to quit. You'll want to give in to the temptation to take the easy path. But every time you push through, every time you choose discipline over comfort, you strengthen that muscle. And soon, what once felt impossible will become second nature. There will be moments when the world seems to test you, when it feels like everything is falling apart. These are the moments that define you. They are the moments when you have the opportunity to prove to yourself just how strong you are, just how committed you are to your success. Most people will crumble under the pressure, but not you. You will rise stronger than before, because you know that every challenge is just another opportunity to grow. And when you do rise, you will see that the world looks different. You will see that the very obstacles you once feared are now the stepping stones to your success. You will see that the challenges that once seemed insurmountable were nothing more than illusions, barriers created by your own mind. You'll begin to understand that the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. When you release those limits, when you stop telling yourself that you can't and start asking yourself, "How can I?" everything changes. Your mind opens up to new possibilities, and the world responds to your new way of thinking. The people around you will notice the change. They will see the confidence in your eyes, the determination in your stride. Some will be inspired by your transformation, while others may feel threatened. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. This path is not for everyone. It's for those who are willing to break free from the chains of mediocrity and live life on their own terms. As you continue to grow, you'll find that the journey itself is the reward. Yes, you will achieve your goals. You will reach levels of success you never thought possible. But what you will value most is the person you become along the way. You will look back at the challenges you faced, the fears you conquered, and you will realize that those moments were the true gifts. They were the moments that shaped you into the person you were always meant to be. Success is not a destination. It's a process, a continual evolution of becoming the best version of yourself. And as long as you keep growing, as long as you keep pushing forward, there is no limit to what you can achieve. So, keep going. Keep believing in yourself, even when it feels like the odds are stacked against you. Keep taking action, even when the path is unclear. Keep moving forward, even when every part of you wants to turn back. You are capable of more than you can imagine. The power to create the life you want is already within you. Now is the time to use it. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because that moment will never come. The perfect moment is now. Right here, right where you are, with everything you already have inside you. This is your time to break free from the limitations that have held you back. Your time to step into your power. Your time to claim the life that has always been waiting for you. The journey won't be easy, but it will be worth it. The power is yours. The choice is yours. The time is now. As you embark on this journey, you will come to realize one of the greatest truths about life. Nothing changes until you change. The external world is merely a reflection of your internal state. Everything you experience, every success, every failure, every opportunity, and every obstacle is a direct result of the thoughts you think and the actions you take. Once you understand this, you hold the key to transforming your entire existence. Many people spend their lives waiting for something outside of themselves to change, waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for circumstances to improve, waiting for someone else to open the door. But the truth is, the only thing you ever need to change is you. When you shift your mindset, when you shift your focus, the world around you shifts in response. You stop being a passive observer of life and become the active creator of your destiny. This shift doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen by accident. It is a deliberate, conscious choice that you must make every single day. You must choose to rise above the noise, above the distractions, above the fears that have kept you small. You must choose to act, even when you don't feel ready, even when every fiber of your being wants to stay where it's comfortable. This is what separates those who live extraordinary lives from those who settle for mediocrity. It begins with a single decision, a decision to take control of your life. From that moment forward, you must become a student of your own mind. Pay attention to your thoughts, because your thoughts will shape your beliefs, and your beliefs will shape your reality. The mind is like a garden, and every thought is a seed. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, that is exactly what you will reap. But if you plant seeds of confidence, faith, and abundance, your life will blossom in ways you never imagined. One of the most powerful tools at your disposal is visualization. You've heard it before. Imagine the life you want, see it clearly in your mind, and it will manifest. But visualization is not just about daydreaming or wishful thinking. It is a deliberate practice that aligns your mind with your goals and programs your subconscious to work in harmony with your desires. The key to successful visualization is to feel the emotions associated with your desired outcome as if it is already happening. Don't just see yourself achieving your goals. Feel the joy, the excitement, the pride of having already accomplished them. The more vividly you can imagine yourself living the life you want, the more your subconscious mind will accept it as reality. And once your mind believes it, your actions will follow suit, and the universe will respond in kind. This process may feel strange at first, especially if you've spent years feeding your mind with negative thoughts. But remember, your mind is like any muscle in your body. It gets stronger with use. The more you practice positive visualization, the easier it becomes. Over time, it will feel natural to see yourself as successful, to expect great things, and to act as if your goals are already within your reach. But visualization alone is not enough. It must be followed by action. The universe rewards those who are willing to take bold steps toward their dreams. It's not enough to sit back and wait for things to happen. You must go out and make them happen. You must be willing to take risks, to face rejection, to fail, and to keep moving forward anyway. Every action you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. Don't fall into the trap of thinking that if you can't make huge strides, you shouldn't bother at all. Success is built one step at a time, one decision at a time, one action at a time. And with each step you take, you build momentum. That momentum compounds, and soon you'll find yourself moving faster and faster toward the life you've always dreamed of. One of the greatest obstacles you will face on this journey is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. These fears are natural, but they are also illusions. They only have the power you give them. The moment you confront your fears, they begin to lose their hold on you. It's important to understand that fear doesn't go away entirely. Even the most successful people in the world experience fear. The difference is that they don't let it stop them. They feel the fear, and they act anyway. And every time they push through that fear, they grow stronger. You will face fear, but you must choose to act in spite of it. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward in the face of it. And when you do, you will begin to notice something remarkable. The things you once feared will start to seem insignificant. The challenges that once felt insurmountable will become mere stepping stones. This is the power of growth. The more you expand your comfort zone, the more you realize how much you are truly capable of. The journey ahead is not without its difficulties. You will be tested. There will be days when you want to quit, when everything seems to be going wrong, and when success feels out of reach. But these are the moments that define you. These are the moments when you have the opportunity to dig deeper, to push harder, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. The most important thing you can do is to stay committed. Success is not a straight line. It is a series of ups and downs, victories and failures, progress and setbacks. But as long as you keep moving forward, you will succeed. The only way to fail is to stop trying. And here's the truth that most people never realize. The journey is the reward. Yes, the goals you achieve will bring you joy and fulfillment, but the real reward is the person you become along the way. The strength, the resilience, the confidence, and the wisdom you gain through this process will serve you in every area of your life. So, keep going. Keep believing in yourself. Keep taking action, even when it feels hard, even when the path is unclear, because every step you take brings you closer to the life you were meant to live. And as you move forward, you will discover that the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. The power is within you. It always has been. Now, it's time to unlock it and create the life you deserve. There is nothing standing in your way except you. So, what will you choose? Will you continue to live in the shadows of your fears and doubts, or will you step into the light of your own potential? Will you settle for a life of mediocrity, or will you strive for greatness? The choice is yours, and with that choice comes the power to change everything. Your future is not determined by your past. It is shaped by the decisions you make today. So, make the decision to believe in yourself, to take action, and to never give up. The world is waiting for you. Now is your time. There's something crucial you need to remember. You are not defined by your past. Too many people let the mistakes, failures, and missteps of yesterday determine what they think is possible for their future. They carry the weight of past disappointments like a heavy burden, using them as evidence for why they can't achieve their dreams today. But here's the truth. You are not the person you were back then. Every day is a new opportunity to choose differently, to act differently, to be different. Think of your past like a chapter in a book. It's over. It's written. You can't go back and change the words, but you have full control over how the next chapter unfolds. The mistakes you've made, the opportunities you missed, the setbacks you faced, they don't define you. What defines you is what you do next. And the beauty of life is that you always have the power to rewrite your story. If you carry your past around like a badge of shame, you will stay trapped in the same patterns. You'll keep reliving the same failures, repeating the same mistakes, and wondering why nothing ever changes. But the moment you decide to let go of the past, you free yourself to create a new future, one that is not limited by anything you've experienced before. Letting go of the past is not about pretending it didn't happen. It's about acknowledging it, learning from it, and then choosing not to let it control you anymore. Every mistake, every failure, every painful experience has something to teach you. But once you've learned the lesson, you don't need to hold on to the pain. This is one of the hardest lessons to learn, but it is also one of the most liberating. When you stop letting your past dictate your future, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You start to realize that your potential is not limited by what you've been through, but by what you believe is possible moving forward. And here's the secret. The world doesn't care about your past. The opportunities available to you today Don't care about the mistakes you made yesterday. What matters is what you do right now, in this moment. The actions you take today are what shape your future, not the regrets of yesterday. So why waste another moment dwelling on the past when you could be creating your future? Too often, people tell themselves stories about who they are based on their past experiences. They say things like, "I'm just not good at this," or "I always mess things up," or "I'm not the kind of person who can succeed at that." But these stories are just that, stories. They are not facts. They are interpretations of events shaped by your fears and insecurities. And the good news is, you can change the story anytime you want. You are the author of your life. You get to decide how the story unfolds. If you've been telling yourself a story of limitation, failure, or disappointment, it's time to write a new one. A story of possibility, growth, and success. It's time to see yourself not as a victim of your past, but as the creator of your future. But how do you do that? How do you let go of the past and start writing a new story for your life? It begins with forgiveness. Forgiveness of yourself, and, if necessary, forgiveness of others. You must let go of the anger, the guilt, the resentment that keeps you chained to the past. You must decide that those experiences, while painful, do not define you. They were part of your journey, but they do not dictate where you go from here. Forgiving yourself is not about excusing your mistakes. It's about recognizing that you are human, that you are learning, and that you are allowed to grow. It's about giving yourself permission to move forward without the weight of past failures holding you back. Once you forgive yourself, you can begin to focus on what really matters, where you are going. The future is a blank canvas, waiting for you to paint it. The only limit is your imagination. If you can envision a future for yourself that is full of success, fulfillment, and happiness, then you can create it. But you must be willing to let go of the belief that your past has any power over you. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is the realization that you are always one decision away from a completely different life. At any moment, you can choose to change. You can choose to think differently, to act differently, to pursue a different path. And when you do, everything changes. This doesn't mean the journey will be easy. You will still face challenges. You will still encounter obstacles. But when you understand that you are no longer defined by your past, those challenges no longer have the same power over you. You will see them for what they are, temporary setbacks, not permanent barriers. And when you encounter those setbacks, you will have the strength to keep moving forward, because you know that your past doesn't dictate your future, because you know that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to, because you know that the power to create the life you want is already within you. So, what's holding you back? Is it the fear of repeating the mistakes of the past? Is it the belief that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy enough? Whatever it is, it's time to let it go. It's time to release the weight of your past and step into the future with confidence, with courage, and with the unwavering belief that you can achieve anything you desire. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to start creating it. And that decision begins right now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when the timing is perfect. Right now. This is your moment. This is your opportunity to let go of the past, to embrace the future, and to start living the life you were always meant to live. The choice is yours. What will you choose? As you step into this new chapter of your life, free from the chains of your past, you'll begin to realize that the greatest power you have is the power of choice. Every day, in every moment, you have the ability to choose how you respond to life's events. You may not be able to control everything that happens to you, but you can always control how you react. And it is this control, this power of response, that will determine the quality of your life. The truth is, most people go through life on autopilot. They react to situations based on old habits, past experiences, and deeply ingrained beliefs that no longer serve them. They let their emotions drive their decisions, and in doing so, they relinquish their power. But you don't have to live like that. You can choose to take back control. You can choose to respond to life consciously rather than react out of habit. The first step in doing this is becoming aware of your thoughts and emotions. Pay attention to how you feel in different situations. Notice the thoughts that arise when things don't go your way or when you're faced with a challenge. Are these thoughts empowering, or do they drag you down? Do they inspire you to take action, or do they fill you with doubt and fear? Once you become aware of your thoughts, you can begin to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought true? Is it helping me move toward my goals, or is it holding me back? Often, you'll find that the thoughts that arise in moments of stress or uncertainty are not based on reality. They are simply old patterns of thinking that no longer serve you, and when you challenge them, you take away their power. It's important to understand that your thoughts are not facts. Just because you think something doesn't make it true. You have the ability to choose which thoughts you give power to. You can choose to believe in your limitations, or you can choose to believe in your potential. You can choose to focus on your problems, or you can choose to focus on the solutions. The choice is always yours. This is where your real power lies, in your ability to direct your thoughts and, by extension, your actions. When you learn to control your mind, you learn to control your life. And this control begins with the simple act of choice. Every day, you have the opportunity to choose how you will approach the world. You can choose to see obstacles as opportunities for growth, or you can choose to see them as reasons to quit. You can choose to focus on what you have, or you can choose to focus on what you lack. You can choose to move forward, even when the path is unclear, or you can choose to stay stuck in the same place, waiting for something to change. But here's the secret. You are the one who must change. And the moment you make that decision, everything else will begin to fall into place. Let's talk about that change for a moment. It's not just about thinking positively or adopting a new mindset. It's about making deliberate, intentional choices every single day. It's about waking up each morning and deciding who you want to be. Do you want to be the kind of person who makes excuses, or do you want to be the kind of person who takes action? Do you want to be the kind of person who lets fear dictate their life, or do you want to be the kind of person who faces fear head-on and pushes through it? This is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about making the choice to show up for yourself, even on the days when you don't feel like it. It's about taking small, consistent steps toward your goals, knowing that each step brings you closer to the life you want. There will be days when you stumble, days when you fall back into old patterns, when the doubts and fears creep back in. This is normal, but what matters is how you respond. Will you let one misstep derail your progress, or will you pick yourself up and keep moving forward? Remember, you are in control. You get to choose how you respond to every situation, and that choice is what will define your success. The beauty of this process is that the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. With each conscious choice you make, you build momentum. And as you build momentum, you begin to see results. These results, in turn, reinforce your belief in your own power, which makes it even easier to keep moving forward. It's a cycle of growth that, once started, becomes unstoppable. But none of this can happen until you take the first step. That step is choosing to believe in yourself, to believe in your ability to create the life you want. It's choosing to let go of the excuses, the doubts, and the fears that have held you back for so long. It's choosing to step into your power and take responsibility for your future. This is not a decision you make once and forget about. It's a decision you must make every day, sometimes every hour. But the more you make it, the more it will become a part of who you are. And as it becomes a part of who you are, your entire life will begin to transform. You'll start to see opportunities where there were once only obstacles. You'll begin to attract the people, resources, and circumstances that support your growth. You'll find that the things that used to scare you no longer have the same hold over you. And most importantly, you'll discover a strength within yourself that you never knew existed. This is the power of choice. This is the power of believing in yourself. And this is the power that will carry you forward on your journey to success. So, ask yourself, what will you choose today? Will you choose to take control of your life, or will you let life control you? Will you choose to move forward, or will you stay stuck in the same place? The choice is yours, and the power is in your hands. Now is the time to decide. Now is the time to act. And once you make that decision, don't look back. Keep moving forward, one step at a time, knowing that with each step, you are creating the future you've always dreamed of. The power is within you. Now, go out and use it. As you move forward on this path of self-transformation, one thing becomes crystal clear. The external world is a mirror reflecting your internal reality. What you believe about yourself and your life dictates what you experience. If you believe that the world is full of opportunities and that you have the power to seize them, opportunities will begin to present themselves in ways that may have seemed impossible before. On the other hand, if you believe that life is hard, that success is reserved for a select few, and that you're not one of them, those beliefs will shape your reality just as strongly. This brings us to one of the most powerful concepts in your journey, the law of attraction. You've heard it before, but it cannot be emphasized enough. What you focus on expands. If you consistently focus on problems, you'll see more problems. If you focus on possibilities, you'll see more possibilities. The universe responds to the energy you put out, and that energy is created by your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Now, some may hear this and think it's simply wishful thinking, but it's far from that. The law of attraction doesn't mean you can sit around imagining success and it will magically fall into your lap. No, it requires aligned action. But here's the key. Your actions, no matter how bold or consistent, will be ineffective if they're not aligned with a mindset of belief and possibility. Your thoughts create the emotional fuel that drives your actions. Without belief, without focus, you're essentially moving through life with the emergency brake on. So how do you align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions to harness the full power of this universal law? It starts with clarity. You need to be crystal clear on what you want, not just vague desires like, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy. What does success look like to you? What does happiness feel like? The more specific you can get, the more focused your energy becomes, and the easier it is for the universe to respond. If you don't know what you want, you'll drift through life aimlessly, reacting to whatever comes your way, instead of intentionally creating your reality. So take the time to get specific. What do you want in your career, in your relationships, in your health, in your finances? Don't be afraid to dream big. Don't censor yourself by thinking about what's realistic or what you think you deserve based on your past. Remember, your past doesn't define you. Your vision does. Once you've gained that clarity, it's time to hold that vision in your mind with unwavering focus. This is where the practice of visualization comes in again, but now with deeper intent. Each day, take a few moments to close your eyes and immerse yourself in the experience of having already achieved your goal. Feel the emotions of success as if it's happening right now. Picture the details vividly, where you are, who you're with, how you feel, what your life looks like. By doing this, you're not just daydreaming. You're priming your mind to look for opportunities and solutions that align with that vision. You're sending a signal to your subconscious and to the universe that this is the reality you are moving toward. And when you do this consistently, your subconscious mind will start to believe that this is already true. It will begin to filter your experiences in a way that brings you closer to that reality. But there's another important step: gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful amplifier of your desires. When you express gratitude, not just for what you already have, but for what you're expecting to receive, you're sending a powerful message to the universe that you trust the process. You're affirming that you believe your desires are on their way to you. This kind of faith, backed by gratitude, creates an energetic alignment that accelerates the manifestation of your goals. Think of gratitude as the fuel for your engine. It powers everything. It keeps you focused on abundance rather than lack. When you focus on what you're grateful for, it becomes difficult to focus on what you don't have. And the more you focus on what's going right in your life, the more good things start to flow toward you. This is not just about being optimistic. It's about cultivating an energetic state that attracts more of what you want. Now, while visualization and gratitude are essential, remember that they are tools. Tools must be used in conjunction with action. The universe rewards those who take action. There's a famous saying, "Faith without works is dead." In other words, belief without action will get you nowhere. Every successful person you've ever admired has not only believed in their vision, they've also taken massive, consistent action to bring that vision into reality. Action doesn't mean frantic, aimless effort. It means taking the steps that are in alignment with your goals. And sometimes those steps may feel uncomfortable. Sometimes they may require you to stretch beyond your comfort zone. But that's where growth happens. That's where transformation occurs. Too often, people mistake fear for a sign that they should stop. But the presence of fear is often an indicator that you're on the right path. Fear is a natural response to stepping into the unknown, but it doesn't have to stop you. In fact, it shouldn't stop you. The most successful people in the world aren't those who are fearless. They are those who feel the fear and move forward anyway. They understand that fear is not a barrier, but a signal that they are expanding. When fear arises, you have a choice. You can let it paralyze you, or you can use it as fuel to push forward. Remember, you are always in control of your response. The fear will be there, but it doesn't have to define you. The more you push through fear, the more you expand your capacity for courage. And courage is what propels you forward when everything else tells you to stop. So, when fear shows up, don't see it as a sign to retreat. See it as a sign that you're on the edge of something great. See it as a signal that you are growing, that you are pushing past your old limitations and stepping into a new version of yourself. Fear only has the power you give it, and once you recognize that, you will no longer be held back by it. This entire journey of transformation, of manifestation, of creating the life you desire, comes down to one simple truth. You are the creator of your reality. Every thought you think, every action you take, every belief you hold shapes your world. If you don't like the world you see, it's not because you're stuck, it's because you haven't yet chosen to see a different reality. But now, you know better. Now, you understand that the power is within you. You are not at the mercy of your circumstances. You are not a victim of your past. You are the architect of your future. And with that knowledge, you can create anything you desire. Your thoughts shape your beliefs. Your beliefs shape your actions. And your actions shape your reality. It's a cycle, and you are in complete control of how it unfolds. So, what will you do with this power? How will you use it to create the life you've always dreamed of? The choice, as always, is yours. It's important to recognize that this journey is not about striving for perfection. It's about growth. It's about evolving into the best version of yourself, one day at a time. Too often, people get caught up in the idea that they must be flawless in order to achieve success or happiness. They believe that any mistake, any setback, is proof that they are not capable of reaching their goals. But this couldn't be further from the truth. The path to success is not a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, detours, and even dead ends. There will be times when you take a step forward, only to feel like you've taken 2 steps back. There will be moments when you doubt yourself, when you question whether you're on the right path. And that's okay. These challenges are a natural part of the process. In fact, they are necessary. You see, every setback, every failure, every mistake is an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity to learn something new about yourself, to develop resilience, and to strengthen your resolve. The most successful people in the world are not those who have never failed. They are those who have failed the most. They have failed because they dared to try. They dared to push beyond their comfort zones, to take risks, to chase their dreams, even when the outcome was uncertain. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Each time you stumble, each time you fall, you are being given a chance to rise stronger than before. The key is to not let failure define you. Don't let a single moment of defeat make you question your entire journey. Instead, use it as fuel. Let it ignite a fire within you to keep going, to keep pushing, to keep striving for the life you want. This is where resilience comes in. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep moving forward in the face of adversity. It's the trait that separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up when the going gets tough. And the good news is, resilience is something you can develop. It's not a fixed trait. It's a skill that can be strengthened with practice. So how do you build resilience? It starts with your mindset. You must adopt the belief that every challenge, every obstacle, is an opportunity for growth. When you face difficulties, don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, ask, "What can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger?" This simple shift in perspective can transform how you experience setbacks. Rather than seeing them as roadblocks, you'll begin to see them as stepping stones on your path to success. Another key to building resilience is cultivating a sense of gratitude. When you focus on what's going right in your life, even in the midst of challenges, you begin to shift your energy. Gratitude helps you stay grounded and reminds you that, no matter how difficult things may seem, there is always something to be thankful for. And when you operate from a place of gratitude, you become more resourceful, more creative, and more capable of finding solutions to your problems. But perhaps the most important element of resilience is persistence. You must be willing to keep going, no matter what. You must be willing to take action, even when you don't feel like it. You must be willing to show up for yourself, day after day, even when the results aren't immediate. Success is not about grand gestures or overnight transformations. It's about the small, consistent actions you take every day. It's about showing up, putting in the work, and trusting that in time your efforts will pay off. Think about it like planting a seed. When you plant a seed, you don't expect it to sprout overnight. You water it, you tend to it, you nurture it, and over time, it begins to grow. The same is true for your goals. You may not see results right away, but if you keep taking action, if you keep tending to your vision, it will eventually grow into something beautiful. And as you continue on this journey, remember to be kind to yourself. You are human. You are allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to have bad days. What matters is that you don't let those moments define you. What matters is that you keep going, that you keep believing in yourself, and that you keep moving forward. Self-compassion is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's the ability to recognize that you are doing your best, even when things don't go as planned. It's the ability to forgive yourself for your mistakes and to give yourself permission to try again. When you practice self-compassion, you build a foundation of inner strength that allows you to weather any storm. This journey is not about being perfect, it's about progress. It's about becoming a little better, a little wiser, a little stronger every day. And as long as you are moving forward, you are succeeding. So, what does this mean for you? It means that you have everything you need within you to achieve your dreams. You have the power to overcome any obstacle, to rise from any setback, and to create the life you've always wanted. But it won't happen by accident. It will happen because you choose to make it happen. It will happen because you decide every day to take control of your life and to keep moving forward, no matter what. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, the perfect circumstances. The perfect moment is now. The perfect opportunity is the one you create for yourself, and the perfect circumstances are the ones you build through your actions. You are capable of more than you know. You have within you the power to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. But it all starts with a decision to believe in yourself, to take action, and to never give up. This is your journey, this is your story, and it's up to you how it unfolds. So, what will you do with this power? Will you let fear, doubt, and failure hold you back? Or will you rise above them and create the life you've always dreamed of? One of the most powerful truths you will uncover is that you are the source of your own success. The external world, your circumstances, your past, the people around you, are all just reflections of what's happening within. The real battleground for your future isn't in the outside world. It's in your mind, your beliefs, and your habits. And once you fully understand this, you will realize that you hold the keys to everything you've ever desired. At this point, you might be thinking, but what about luck? What about timing? Don't those things matter? And the answer is yes, they do. But here's the secret. You create your own luck and your own timing through the energy you put out into the world. Luck is simply opportunity meeting preparation. The more prepared you are, mentally, emotionally, and physically, the more lucky you will seem to others. But you will know the truth, that your luck is the result of your constant focus, your persistent action, and your unshakable belief in your vision. Let's explore how to consciously create the conditions that others mistake for luck. First, you must become a magnet for what you want. This means aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the things you desire. If you want success, you need to start thinking, believing, and acting like someone who is successful before the success shows up. This is where many people get stuck. They wait for external validation before they change their internal state. But that's backwards. The reality is that you must become the person who attracts success before you see the external results. This means cultivating the mindset, the habits, and the behaviors of a successful person right now, in this moment. You cannot wait for success to arrive and then decide to adopt the traits of successful people. You must do it now, regardless of what your current circumstances look like. This might sound difficult, but it's actually liberating, because it means that your future is not determined by what you currently have or where you currently are. Your future is determined by who you decide to be, starting today. The next step is to create an environment that supports your success. You've probably heard the saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." While this is true, it goes even deeper than that. You are also the product of the media you consume, the thoughts you entertain, and the habits you practice every day. If you surround yourself with negativity, whether it's negative people, negative news, or negative self-talk, you will find it difficult to achieve your goals. Your environment is constantly influencing you, whether you realize it or not. So, Take a moment to evaluate your environment. Are you surrounded by people who uplift and inspire you, or are you surrounded by people who drag you down? Are you consuming media that expands your mind and motivates you, or are you feeding your mind with fear, doubt, and distraction? Are your daily habits moving you closer to your goals, or are they keeping you stuck in place? If your environment is not supporting your success, it's time to make changes. This doesn't mean you need to cut everyone out of your life or stop enjoying your favorite shows or music. But it does mean you need to be intentional about what you allow into your space. Surround yourself with people, information, and experiences that align with the life you want to create. Build an environment that nourishes your growth, not one that stifles it. You also need to take ownership of your time. Time is the most valuable resource you have, and how you spend it will determine the trajectory of your life. Every moment you spend scrolling through social media, complaining about your problems, or procrastinating is a moment you could be using to move closer to your dreams. This doesn't mean you should never relax or have fun, but it does mean you need to be conscious of how you allocate your time. Is it being spent on things that matter? Is it being invested in your growth? Successful people understand that time is finite, and they treat it with respect. They know that every day is an opportunity to take another step toward their vision, and they don't waste that opportunity. They plan their days, they set clear goals, and they take consistent action. They understand that small, incremental progress adds up over time. This brings us to one of the most important principles of success: consistency. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to get everything right all the time. But you do have to be consistent. It's the small daily actions that lead to big results. The habits you practice every day, even the seemingly insignificant ones, are shaping your future. If you consistently take actions that align with your goals, you will eventually reach them. It's that simple. But consistency is hard because it requires discipline. It requires you to keep going even when you don't feel like it. It requires you to stay focused even when the results aren't immediately visible. This is where most people give up. They start strong, but when they don't see instant results, they lose motivation. But the truth is, success takes time. It's a slow build, not a quick fix. If you can stay consistent, if you can keep showing up day after day no matter what, you will eventually break through. The path to success is not glamorous. It's not filled with constant excitement or instant rewards. It's filled with discipline, persistence, and a willingness to keep going when others would quit. It's about doing the work, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about showing up for yourself, even on the days when you don't feel like it. And here's the beautiful part. The more you practice consistency, the easier it becomes. Over time, the actions that once felt difficult will become second nature. The habits that once required effort will become automatic. And before you know it, you'll be living the life you once only dreamed about. So, where do you go from here? You've already taken the most important step. You've decided to change. You've decided to take control of your life, to step into your power, and to create the future you desire. Now, it's time to put that decision into action. Start with the small things. Choose one habit you can implement today that will move you closer to your goals. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier to focus on your personal development. Maybe it's spending 10 minutes a day visualizing your future. Maybe it's replacing one negative thought with a positive one. Whatever it is, start small, but start now. Remember, you don't have to change everything at once. Progress is made one step at a time. The key is to stay consistent, to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps may seem. Over time, those small steps will add up to something extraordinary. You have the power to create the life you want. The only question is, what will you do with that power? Will you let fear, doubt, and excuses hold you back? Or will you step into your greatness and take control of your future? It's essential to recognize that the obstacles you face are not roadblocks meant to stop you. They are challenges meant to refine you. Each difficulty, setback, and frustration you encounter is an opportunity in disguise, an invitation to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The people who achieve lasting success are not those who avoid challenges. They are the ones who embrace them, who understand that every obstacle is a chance to sharpen their skills and deepen their resolve. But this mindset doesn't come naturally to most of us. Society conditions us to seek comfort, to avoid pain, and to shy away from difficulty. From a young age, we're taught that failure is something to be feared and avoided at all costs. We're told that mistakes are signs of weakness or inadequacy, but in reality, failure is one of the greatest teachers you will ever have. Think about some of the most successful people throughout history. People like Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, and Steve Jobs. These individuals didn't achieve their greatness by never failing. In fact, they failed more times than most people even attempt. But what set them apart was their ability to learn from their failures and use them as stepping stones to success. Thomas Edison, for example, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Imagine if Edison had given up after his first few attempts to invent the light bulb. The world might be a very different place today, but he didn't quit. He persisted. He understood that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a crucial part of it. So, what can you learn from this? The first lesson is simple. Don't fear failure. Embrace it. When you fail, and you will, because failure is inevitable, don't see it as a reason to give up. See it as an opportunity to learn something new. Every failure contains a lesson if you're willing to look for it. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What can I do differently next time? How can I use this experience to grow? The second lesson is even more powerful. Persistence is everything. It's not enough to have a clear vision or to set big goals. You must also have the determination to keep going, no matter what. Success doesn't come to those who try once and give up. It comes to those who are willing to keep trying, again and again, until they get it right. This is where the power of resilience comes into play. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to keep moving forward even when everything seems to be going wrong. It's the trait that separates those who succeed from those who quit at the first sign of difficulty. Building resilience is not about toughening up or pretending that challenges don't affect you. It's about learning to manage your emotions, to stay focused on your long-term goals, even when the short-term results aren't what you hoped for. It's about developing the mental and emotional fortitude to keep going, even when the road ahead looks uncertain. So, how do you build resilience? It starts with your mindset. You must shift your perspective on challenges and setbacks. Instead of seeing them as signs that you're on the wrong path, start seeing them as confirmation that you're pushing your limits and growing. Remember, the only people who don't face challenges are those who never try anything new. If you're encountering obstacles, it means you're moving forward. You're stepping into new territory, and that's exactly where you need to be. Next, you must cultivate a sense of patience. We live in a world that values instant gratification. We want results now, and we get frustrated when things take longer than expected. But real success takes time. It's a marathon, not a sprint. The most successful people are those who are willing to put in the work day after day, month after month, year after year, without needing immediate results to validate their efforts. This doesn't mean you should ignore short-term wins or milestones along the way. Celebrating small victories is important, but it does mean that you need to develop a long-term mindset. Don't get discouraged if things don't happen as quickly as you'd like. Trust the process. Keep doing the work. Success will come, but it will come on its own timeline, not yours. Another key element of resilience is adaptability. Life rarely goes according to plan. You may have a clear vision for where you want to go, but the path to get there is often filled with unexpected twists and turns. If you're too rigid in your thinking, if you're unwilling to adapt to new circumstances, you will struggle. But if you can stay flexible, if you can adjust your strategy when necessary and remain open to new opportunities, you will find that even the most difficult challenges can lead to unexpected success. Think of resilience as your ability to bend without breaking. It's about being strong enough to handle whatever comes your way, but also flexible enough to adjust when things don't go according to plan. The more you practice resilience, the more confident you will become in your ability to overcome any obstacle. Now, let's talk about one of the most important aspects of this journey: self-discipline. Without discipline, all of your dreams and goals will remain just that, dreams. Self-discipline is the bridge between your intentions and your actions. It's what allows you to follow through on your commitments, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what separates those who wish for success from those who actually achieve it. It's easy to get excited about a goal when you first set it. It's easy to feel motivated when you're envisioning the rewards of success. But what happens when that initial burst of excitement wears off? What happens when the work becomes hard, when progress slows down, or when life gets in the way? That's when discipline kicks in. Discipline is the ability to keep moving forward, even when your motivation fades. It's the ability to stay focused on your long-term vision, even when the short-term obstacles seem overwhelming. And it's something you can develop with practice. The first step in building self-discipline is to start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Instead, pick one habit, one behavior that you know will move you closer to your goals, and commit to it. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier each day. Maybe it's spending 15 minutes a day reading something that inspires you. Whatever it is, start small, but start now. Over time, as you build consistency with these small habits, your discipline will grow stronger. And as your discipline grows, you'll find it easier to take on bigger challenges and stay committed to your long-term goals. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. But remember, discipline is not about being hard on yourself or forcing yourself to do things you hate. It's about aligning your actions with your deepest desires. It's about making choices that support your growth and your success, even when they're uncomfortable in the moment. So, as you continue on your journey, embrace the challenges, embrace the failures, embrace the discomfort. These are the things that will make you stronger. These are the things that will refine you into the person you were meant to be. And most importantly, never lose sight of your vision. Keep it at the forefront of your mind every single day. Let it guide your actions, your thoughts, and your decisions. Because at the end of the day, success is not about achieving some external goal. It's about becoming the person you were always capable of being. To truly become unstoppable, you must begin by harnessing the strength that lies dormant within you. This isn't about physical power, but the internal drive that fuels your actions, your resilience, and your ability to keep going when everything around you is telling you to stop. The truth is, every single person has a reservoir of strength inside them. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is the ability to access that strength when it matters most. Tapping into your inner strength requires self-awareness. You need to be in tune with yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, and your beliefs. This kind of awareness doesn't come naturally to most people, especially in a world filled with distractions. But once you develop the ability to quiet the noise and listen to your inner voice, you'll find that you have more power than you ever realized. To begin, Focus on building a routine that nurtures your inner strength. This could be as simple as dedicating time each day to reflect, meditate, or engage in activities that allow you to connect with yourself on a deeper level. The goal is to create space for you to hear that inner voice, the one that knows what you're truly capable of, and the one that can guide you through life's toughest challenges. Over time, you'll develop an unshakable trust in your own strength, and that trust will carry you forward when things get hard. But inner strength alone isn't enough. To truly master yourself and your circumstances, you must also develop emotional intelligence. This is the ability to not only understand and manage your own emotions, but also to navigate the emotions of others. Why is this so important? Because life is full of interactions, whether it's in business, relationships, or social situations, and your success often depends on how well you can handle these interactions. Emotional intelligence is like a superpower that allows you to stay calm in the face of adversity, to see things from another person's perspective, and to respond in a way that fosters positive outcomes. When you're emotionally intelligent, you're not easily swayed by the ups and downs of life. You're able to remain grounded, no matter what's happening around you. This is crucial when you're facing difficult situations or trying to influence others. One of the best ways to develop emotional intelligence is through mindfulness. By being present and aware of your emotions in the moment, you can begin to understand your emotional triggers and how they influence your behavior. Instead of reacting impulsively to situations, you can choose how to respond. Over time, this practice will help you manage your emotions more effectively, making you a more composed and confident individual. Additionally, by learning to empathize with others and understanding their emotions, you can build stronger relationships, gain trust, and influence outcomes in a positive way. Once you've tapped into your inner strength and mastered emotional intelligence, the next step is to harness the power of visualization and belief. Every success story begins in the mind. Before you can achieve something in the physical world, you must first see it in your mind's eye. This is where the power of visualization comes in. When you vividly imagine yourself achieving your goals, you're not just daydreaming, you're programming your subconscious mind to believe that these goals are possible. The brain cannot easily distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. This is why athletes often use visualization to improve their performance. They mentally rehearse every detail of their game, every movement, every decision, until it becomes second nature. You can apply the same principle to your own life. Whether it's a career goal, a personal aspiration, or even a difficult conversation you need to have, visualize it in detail. See yourself succeeding. Feel the emotions of accomplishment. The more you practice this, the more your brain will start to accept that success as a reality. But visualization alone isn't enough. It must be accompanied by a deep, unshakable belief in yourself and in the process. This is where most people fall short. They visualize their success, but they don't truly believe that it's possible. Doubts creep in, and those doubts sabotage their efforts. To prevent this, you need to build a belief system that supports your goals. This means reinforcing positive beliefs about yourself and your abilities every single day. One powerful way to do this is through affirmations. By repeating positive statements about yourself and your future, you're rewiring your brain to focus on what's possible rather than what could go wrong. You might not believe the affirmations at first, but over time, with repetition, your mind will start to accept them as truth. This combination of visualization and belief will create a powerful internal force that drives you toward your goals with laser-like focus. Now that you've harnessed your inner strength, developed emotional intelligence, and mastered visualization and belief, it's time to bring it all together and become truly unstoppable. Being unstoppable doesn't mean you won't face obstacles. It means that no matter what stands in your way, you will find a way through, around, or over it. You won't stop, no matter how long it takes, no matter how difficult it becomes, because you know that success is inevitable. This mindset is what separates those who reach their goals from those who give up halfway. It's about persistence, consistency, and unwavering determination. When you combine all the elements we've discussed, inner strength, emotional intelligence, visualization, and belief, you become a force of nature. Challenges that would have stopped you in the past will now seem like minor detours on your path to greatness. People will start to wonder how you managed to keep going when others would have given up. The answer is simple. You've built the internal systems that make you unstoppable. But here's the key. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, practice, and a lot of self-reflection. You will face moments of doubt, fear, and frustration. But if you stay committed to the process, if you continue to tap into your inner strength, manage your emotions, visualize your success, and believe in yourself, you will eventually break through every barrier in your path. Success is not reserved for the few who are lucky or born with special talents. It's available to anyone who is willing to do the work, anyone who is willing to master themselves first. You have everything you need within you right now to achieve your wildest dreams. The question is, will you commit to the journey? Will you harness your power, sharpen your emotional intelligence, see your success in your mind, and believe it with every fiber of your being? As we come to the end of this journey together, I want to remind you of one simple truth. The real transformation happens not in the moments when you're reading or listening, but in what you do next. All the principles we've discussed, inner strength, emotional intelligence, visualization, belief, and persistence, are powerful tools. But tools are only as effective as the hands that wield them. You now hold the blueprint for becoming unstoppable, but that blueprint is worthless if you don't act on it. The most important decision you can make right now is to put what you've learned into practice, starting today. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because it will never come. The perfect moment is the one you create by taking action, even when you're uncertain, even when you're afraid. Understand this. Mastery of yourself and of life doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process, built day by day through your choices, your habits, and your mindset. Each day presents you with an opportunity to choose the life you want. Will you take that opportunity, or will you let it pass by, hoping that someday things will get easier on their own? Life will always throw challenges your way. There will be days when you feel overwhelmed, discouraged, or even defeated. But now, you're equipped with the knowledge that every challenge is just another stepping stone on the path to greatness. You understand that setbacks are temporary, and that failure is not the end, it's simply a lesson. What matters is how you respond to those moments of difficulty. Will you allow them to derail you, or will you use them as fuel to propel you forward? Remember, success is not just about achieving external goals, it's about who you become in the process. As you move through life with a mindset of resilience, adaptability, and persistence, you will begin to notice changes not just in your results, but in yourself. You will become more confident, more capable, and more in control of your destiny. This is the true reward of the journey, the person you evolve into along the way. Now, take a moment to visualize where you want to be a year from now. Picture the life you want to live, the person you want to become. Imagine how it feels to have reached your goals, to have overcome the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable. Hold that vision in your mind, because it's not just a dream, it's your future, waiting for you to claim it. But the path to that future begins right now with the decisions you make today. Will you stay where you are, or will you take the first step toward becoming the person you were always meant to be? As you move forward, keep in mind the power of consistency. Small daily actions compound over time, leading to massive results. Don't underestimate the impact of a single choice. Every decision you make, every habit you form, is either bringing you closer to your vision or pulling you further away from it. The great news is that you are in control. You have the power to decide which direction you will go. So, go out there and take action. Start small, but start now. Use the tools you've learned here to shape your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors. Trust in the process, even when the results aren't immediate. The journey to greatness is not a sprint, it's a marathon. But with each step you take, you are getting closer. You are capable of more than you know. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. Believe in your potential, stay focused on your vision, and never stop moving forward. You have everything you need to succeed. The rest is up to you. Now go and become unstoppable. The time is now.